The Regina Rams have a long and historic legacy. When I was a kid growing up in Saskatoon, my dad would tell me tales about their legendary coach, Gord Curry. After dominating junior football for so long, the Rams decided to make a major change. In 1999, the University of Regina teamed up with the Rams to bring them to college ranks. And the very next season, Regina made it all the way to the Vanier Cup, but that hasn't happened since. And most fans certainly didn't think it was going to happen this year when the Rams had a 2-5 record. Well, they've won every single game since. They're just one more win away from the Vanier Cup, and Mark McConkey is a big reason why. Not only is McConkey head coach of the Regina Rams, he's one of the best receivers in college football history. Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon. I don't know about that last part, but I appreciate it.
The record books would say that last part's accurate.
Yeah, who knows? Those are just for individual. I'd rather have gone to a Vanier as a player, but it's all good.
We'll get to that, Mark. How does it feel to be part of this team?
Like I said, it's an honor to be the head coach of this team. Like you're talking about the legendary coach, Gord Curry. Also, in my eyes, a bit of a legend, Frank McCrystal. He was in the office the other day. He was my coach, a guy who brought the team to university. He was in here just talking about how proud he is of the program and what we're doing here. And yeah, at the end of the day, just proud to represent the Rams, the Horns. They mean so much to me. It really changed my life when I moved here from Calgary to play football. And I just hope I can do the same for the current players.
Mark, what kind of emotions have gone into this roller coaster season?
It's been an interesting one. We start 2-0, beat the Huskies, which is always a big one, provincial rival, and then you lose 5 straight. But at the end of the day, when we lost those 5 straights, like we got our butts kicked in the one game against U of A. But other than that, they were 2-point losses, 3-point losses. Like they're close. Like we knew what we had. We just weren't finding a way to win those games. And the guys on the team, the leadership's been great. They knew we were so confident. We might have just been like oblivious at points, maybe people might see, but we knew what we had. And if we can get on the right side of those wins, we have something special. And then ever since then, we've been in playoffs and win. So we just got to keep it going.
What has made this team special? What's the strength of your team?
Definitely our defense. We're a defensive team. We got 4 all-stars. They're flying around, playing well. Again, lots of injuries on offense. And again, not making excuses, but it is what it is, part of football. So even on defense, we've had injuries, but guys are stepping up, playing well. And obviously our D coordinator, Sheldon Gray, is doing a nice job. And the guys are really buying into the system. And now we're just playing smart defensive football. And that also affects the offense too. Just take care of the football, try not to turn over, win the field position battle. And that's what we've been doing the last few games, and we just got to keep it going against Laval Saturday.
Mark, how do you do that as a head coach? You got some great players on defense. You mentioned a great defensive coordinator, but how do you make sure that your team continually believes that even when you're losing, even when the ball gets turned over on offense, that you can take it back and you have that faith?
Yeah. I mean, the last 3 games have really all been playoff games. We were down to U of A 22-4 in the third quarter. We came back and won. And if we lost that game, we're out. And then in Manitoba, we're down by 5 late, and we go on a 101-yard drive to score with almost zeros on the clock. And then last week versus UVS, we're down 14-1. And I don't know, like it's just, even when we were down 14-1, I didn't think we were losing the game. I was like, I'm confident our defense is going to tighten up, our offense is going to get moving.
But what do you say to the players, Mark? What do you tell the players?
I almost don't need to. We almost like it. I even told them yesterday, I was like, I hope Laval scores early on us so we're down and then we can just come back again because that seems to be working for us. The guys just have such belief in themselves and the coaches, and they know we can get it done. And like adversity's hit, like our whole season's just been filled with adversity, injuries, losing 5 straight, losing those close games. And now it's the teeter totter, it's tilted now. So we got a lot of momentum going. And even when we're down, we still have full confidence. Like we were down at halftime 14-11 and we're like, we're good. We can win this thing. And it's just a sense of belief. And hopefully I'm portraying that onto the players, but they got a lot of confidence in that locker room, which is great. And you need to play with that.
Mark, you touched on it. Considering you didn't get an opportunity to play in the Mitchell Bowl, how does it feel to not only be doing it, but doing it here in Regina?
Yeah, pretty cool. When I saw the schedule at the beginning of the year, I had it on our calendar. I was like, oh, Can West hosts. That's pretty cool. Like, hopefully it's us, but you never know. Like, we haven't hosted a Mitchell Bowl or done anything since 2000, so it's been a while. Pretty excited to do this in front of our home crowd. And it's kind of funny. Like we didn't have a playoff game because we were the 4 seed. So we're on the road. So part of me was like, I wouldn't mind going on the road again and just continue to be the road warriors. But we're excited to play in a great venue in Mosaic Stadium in front of a lot of fans here, and show everyone the kind of the new look Rams in the last 4 games.
Vanier Cup, obviously the goal. You still got a game to play, but how important was it for you personally to bring a Canada West title to the University of Regina Rams?
Massive. I mean, like it's been since 2000. We played in one in 07 versus Manitoba in my redshirt year in 2012, and other than that, we haven't really been close. So it meant a lot, and it means a lot to the university, to the Rams alumni, the previous players, like a guy like Noah Picton, who might arguably be one of the best quarterbacks ever statistically. We never won one with him. So for him to be there and be super excited, like it's for everyone. Guys like Frank McConkey, Bernie Schmidt, the old coaches, the university. Our president was here, pretty excited with the cup after. Like it does mean a lot, and you can feel the buzz around campus this weekend all throughout the city.
You mentioned Frank. You mentioned Noah Picton, who was there last week in Saskatoon. How many people have been reaching out to you? What are they saying? Because I understand there's going to be quite a Rams reunion this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And there was a ton of Rams alumni up at the game that I didn't really realize they were there till after. Yeah, my phone was a little bit insane after the game. I actually had a rental car and I drove up for a press conference. So one of our coaches drove back with me, and he drove, and he's like, I know you got like 215 messages to go through, and they just kept coming up on the Apple thing. Boom, boom, boom. And he's like, oh my God, like it was insane. But I got back to everyone that night and appreciated the support. And yeah, it's been overwhelming, and we just want to keep this thing rolling.
Did you ever imagine that you'd be the Rams head coach, let alone less than 10 years after your playing career? You're still very young.
Yeah, no, I definitely did not. I knew, like, my dad's a football coach in Calgary. He actually coached the junior Colts against Frank McConkey when they were in the junior days. So that was the connection of me coming here. And I did my education degree. I knew I wanted to be a coach, but I never thought I'd be the Rams head coach. I just thought I'd be a solidified high school coach in the city here or in Calgary, wherever I chose to be. And then things kind of happened for a reason. I got hired in 2015 as the offensive coordinator, really, really young, and was there for 5 years, and then I've been the head coach for 4 years now. So it's pretty crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm going to continue to prove that I'm the right guy for the job and want to put the Rams first and the players first, and just do everything I can for this program that helped me out so much.
I remember watching you and the Rams at Taylor Field. You did have some incredible seasons. What do you remember most about your time as a player?
Yeah, so many good memories. I mean, playing with guys like Mark Mueller, who's the Riders OC now, like good friend of mine, and just those relationships. And I try to preach that to our guys. Like, you may not always remember the games and the scores, but you're going to remember the relationships that you built and the friendships you built, and just going to go into battle and grinding, getting up at 6 a.m. for morning workouts. And when it's minus 30 out in February, like those are the stuff you're going to remember, and just kind of doing it together, doing it the right way. So those were pretty special moments for me. And obviously, like anytime you beat U of S, you remember that as a player, and get into the Hardy Cup in 2012. But again, this is kind of new memories for us now. We actually won the West, so this one's right up there with all those playing memories.
What do you and Mark talk about? It's pretty incredible. Yeah. Less than 10 years ago, you guys were on the field for the Rams. Now you're the head coach in the Mitchell Bowl, and Mark Mueller's the offensive coordinator for the Rough Riders, made it all the way to the West Final.
Yeah, no, usually when we talk, it's a lot about football. Like the odd time, it's probably about our families and kids. But actually, I called him today. I was like, hey, here's a night. Like, what do you think of this? And they think it'll work versus this. And so even though they're out of playoffs, he's still willing to help. He's a big Rams fan and a proud alumni. But yeah, usually every offseason I go into his office. I used to go back to Calgary, but now he's here, so it's way easier. And we'll sit down and we'll just watch film, and he'll watch our film. I'm like, hey, what do you think? How do you beat this? How do you attack this? And he's so bright. He's just a great guy to pick his brain. And yeah, I really appreciate that friendship that we have.
Mark, before I let you go, speaking of quarterbacks, diehard Rams fans are going to be yelling at me. Ask about Noah Pelche. How is Noah doing?
I'm supposed to say no comment, but I'll give you something. No, he's good. Like he's hurt. We know that. They know that. It's not hidden. Honestly, he's day to day right now. We're not sure if he's going to play or not. It's really just how does his rehab and his physio, his injury respond to that. And yeah, it'll be kind of a game time decision, unfortunately. So I can't really give all the Rams fans what they want to hear, but we honestly don't even know. So it's yeah. I mean, if he's ready, great. If he's not, we got guys that can go out there and compete.
Good to hear it's not a no. So there you go. And we know you can pound the rock, Mark.
All right. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's good.
Mark McConkey is head coach of the University of Regina Rams. You can see them in the Mitchell Bowl on Saturday afternoon at Mosaic Stadium in Regina. The Rams and Laval Rouge or kick off at 2 o'clock.